All right, I want to talk about the entities in these end times that are using anger and fear as a means to sustain themselves in these end times. We're living in the days of Noah, in case you didn't get the memo. These entities are not only in this matrix, this earth, this realm, this reality of ours. They also exist outside of this earth's firmament, out in space, the universe, some call it. And not only that, but they're higher than that. Some of them are in higher realms, higher dimensions than space and the universe. So just keep that in mind. They're overseeing what's taking place on this planet. They can see everything. They don't need to come down. They don't need cameras, some of them. They're very advanced. They got high-level magic. Okay, now they could download too. They could come into our reality, wherever they're at. They could just open up a portal or whatever. And they're overseeing what's taking place. Some of them are down here. Some of these archons, entities are here. Some of them are guardian angels. Some of them are supposed to be good. I guess they're going corrupt, some of them. And yeah, they're a lot closer than you realize. Some of them might be next to you. You might not even realize that. They might be watching over you. They could go in and out in a second. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's an invasion of privacy. Like, if your assistance is not needed, what the hell are you doing just watching me, Go do something else with your supernatural powers or abilities, man. Leave me alone. Quit being a little gang stalker, a little creep. And yeah, I don't trust them personally. I don't trust them. I don't need a guardian angel like that if they're going to just, be a bunch of devils. And that's what I'm finding out, that the guardian angels are not as good as you might have hoped. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Anyways, so yeah, these entities are using anger and fear to exalt themselves, to sustain themselves. They want to implement anger into your mind, fear into your heart. And the way to deal with that is you just embrace it, man. You gotta be spiritual and crystallize yourself within. But not only that, but you gotta stay reading the Bible. You got to focus on the scriptures. You got to be reading about the promises there, about what happens to wicked individuals if they don't do what they're supposed to do, okay? Because they're bound by the rules, okay? They're bound by their own creed, their own book. So, yeah, the more you read on those things, the better off you'll be. And not just that, but go outside the Bible. Read the extra apocryphal, pseudepigraphal, extra canonical, extra biblical, and Gnostic texts. Is going to help you so much, especially in these end times. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, so it's more than just crystallizing yourself and, getting a sharp body and all that. Nah, you need more than the Olympic body, right? You need a sharp mind, and you got to stay reading the scriptures, okay? All these extra sources that I just mentioned. So that's the way to deal with the fear and the anger, okay? It's okay to be angry, the Bible says, but it's got to be a justifiable anger. If you have a right to be angry, then you can be angry as much as you want. If you're doing evil, then no, you don't have no right to be angry. You have a right to fear, to be in fear. The wicked want to use fear, though, to make it, gaslight, right? You should fear, Embrace it or whatever. You could deal with the way to deal with the fear. Like I said, just remember what the scriptures say. Let it come to your mind. It's through the spirit. Let's say, for example, you don't have the ancient writings and stuff like that. You're gonna have to let these things come into your mind, okay? If you don't have these things in your hand in physical form, if you don't have access to them, that's why it's important to remember a lot of these verses in these scriptures, okay? Let them come to your mind. And if they want to implement fear and remind you of certain things that they could do or threaten you with and stuff like that, because they got a lot of agendas, then you want to remind them of what happens to them. You want to remind them of their future if they keep going in this way, okay? So, yeah, just a heads up, tips, advice for those struggling with some of these entities that are implementing anger into your mind or fear into your heart. Yeah, it's just a way so they could, snatch energy from within you so they can sustain themselves. They're parasites, basically. So, yeah, you just want to stay sharp in these end times, all right? Stay vigilant. Much love, and stay in the faith. All right. Till next time. Shalom.